Okay, let us start. Firstly, open your GitHub account and then click new repository. After that, give a name to the repository. For this project, I give name hello world code and then give description to the repository. Make sure it public and then add a readme file and then click the green button. After that, you will be navigate to repository file. To make our team member can access the repository, we need to add them as a contributor. Go to the setting, go to the collaborator and add people. After we add them, we need to wait them to accept our invitation. Meanwhile waiting their accept invitation, we can set up our repository and then add some file into the repository. Firstly, we need to git clone this repository. The file will be downloaded into my local machine. I had created a folder named git hello world. By using the git clone command, the file will be downloaded in the folder. After we clone this file, we will add some Python file in this repository in new branches. Firstly, we need to update our repository. We will be using git status to check our current branches in the repository, and then we will update it by using git pull. As we can see in the repository, branches origin/main is already up to date. To create new branches inside existing repository, we will be using get checkup-b name of the file command. For this assignment, the branches name Faisal-hello world. After that, we will be using the git status command to make sure the current branches show the status of the branches Faisal hello world. After we manage to create a new branches in the repository, we try to add some coding file. The plan is currently we try to add a hello world Python file inside the branches. The Python code will be saved named as a hello world.py. After we save the code, when we run the git status, there are some untracked file in the side the git. We need to add this code inside the commit. Before we add this code inside the commit, we need to make sure the code is run properly. After we make sure the code is running properly, we will add this code into the commit by using git add. When we're running the git status, we can see that the commit is ready to be changed here. After that, we will be using git commit. Before that, we need to configure our email and username first before we run the git commit. After we success commit the file, we need to push the file into our repository. As we can see in the git status, we can see that there are no untracked file inside the branches. But before we push the commit, we need to create a token key first. Go to the user account setting, developer setting, personal access token, generate new token. Give name to the token, set the expired of the token, give all access for the token, and then create generate token. Then we will be using the git remote command for the authentication for the repository. The command is git remote set URL origin HTTPS and the token of the user. After that, the user account, the username account, and then the name of the repository. After we commit and we make sure there are no untracked file inside the branches by using the git status, we need also to make sure our repository, our branches is give authentication. After that, we can git push the file into the repository. After we git push, we go to the GitHub account. When we refresh the account, we can see there are new branches set up to the repository. Click the green button pull and request and then give a description what is currently happened to the new branches. For now, I just say that there are new file is the hello world console and I give the usage how to use the file. So I said that we need to put the file into the src and then it will be run in the Python format. After finish, click the green button. Next, I want some reviewer for this coding. For the reviewer, there will be only show for who accept as a contributor. To modify and update repo, firstly go to your repository. As we can see, Alif already invited us to join his repository. To modify his code, firstly we need to download his repository. So we using git clone to clone his repository. Inside his repository there are two branches. Firstly we need to git clone. After we git clone his repository, the clone will be cloned for the first branches in his main branches. So we need to change the branches using the git git checkout. So we go to the git checkout hari bulan. After we set our local device to the branches that we want, we will be add extra function to the branches. So we plan to add some print in the branches using Python code. After we finish coding the Python code, we will see that in the git status the Python code is untracked file. So we need to using the git add for the Python code. As we can see in the after we using the git add, the Python code is tracked file. Then we will be using git commit for the tracked file. But before will be able to using git commit, we need to git config our username, email and our user github first, and then after we set up the git config, we can run the git commit. After we finish the git commit, we need to git push. Before we will be able to git push, we need to set up our authentication. So we will be using the same token key. We just need to change the username and the directory repository. After finish set up the authentication, we need to git push the repository. As we can see here, there are new function in the repository Alif. We will be add some comments for the Alif. Take note that we have already updated his repository.
Hello, my name is Lee Xing Yang. I will. Hello, my name is Lee Xing Yang. I'm from Johor Bahru, Skudai. And today I would like to walk through about how to collaborate with friends by using GitHub. First, we need a GitHub account. This is my GitHub account. My name is Lee Xing Yang, and my GitHub account is Alpha 2 Beta 3. And to collaborate with friends, we need to create a new repository. Just simply click on repository and create new. Here we can put any repository name. Repository name, I put hi senior 2. And at the description, I write this is the code to greet senior. Make it public, add a README file, and create a repository. Great. And then I would like to clone this to my own computer. I go to here, code, and then I copy this link, Control C. I open my Ubuntu. In my Ubuntu, I will first create a place to put my repository. CD document. Inside a document, I will first make a repo file or simply make it I make a repo file or high senior 2. High senior 2. Inside high senior 2, let's cd inside high senior 2. And then inside here, I will put my repo. Clone, git clone, Control V. Clone here. And then inside here, I have my repository. Let's go inside here, go inside the repo, and we can check the status. We can check whether it is a branch or is main directory. Check the status by using the command git status. Your branch is up to date in origin main. That means it is a main directory on branch main. Now I would like to make my Repo up to date. Git pull will make it up to date. Update it to the GitHub. And now I would like to update something to this repo because this repo is grade senior, so it needs some Python code. Let's add some Python code inside. And we can make a branch so that we can update it parallelly with other codes also. And after that, we can merge them. First, let's create a branch. Git checkout branch, and the name of branch is High Senior V1. High Senior V1. Switch to a new branch, High Senior V1. And then inside this branch, I would like to make a Python code. Let's create an empty file. Python code touch hello.python. Inside hello.python, let's edit print hello senior. Right up. Enter and close it. Now we can try to run to know if this code is running perfectly. Python hello.python. Great. Now I would like to update this to the GitHub. But before this, I need to configure. I need to register my GitHub account here. I need to do some configuration. Git config user.email my name. Git config user.name my account name. And then I would like to make some comment also. Git commit am. This is the Python code that great senior. Oh, we can't do this because first we need to register this to the GitHub first. Register the file to the GitHub first. Git add hello.python. And then git commit. Now let's do git push. To do git push, we need to have a token and we need to have a special format, which is long. This is the code. Git remove set origin HTTPS. The token that we generate from a GitHub, and I put github.com alpha to beta 3 and main directory name. Enter. And then let's do git push. Git push. Git push origin high senior one. The high senior one has successfully been pushed. Now let's go to the my repository. Code main, and we see that a new branch appear here. This is the file we just written, and this is the command that I commit. Instead of only working on my repository, I can also collaborate with our friends in their repositories. You can go to your friends and just clone their repositories, pull their repositories, and then git push the update to their repositories. There's a little difference. When you git push the repository, before this you need to have an authentication. Git remove set URL origin HTTPS. These are the same. The token, you use your own token, and then your friend names, your friend's account name, and then you cannot put the branch name. You have to put the full repository name. After that, git push origin, the branch name. This is the result. Main, Faisal hello world, and then here, lead.txt. We put something here.
Okay, so Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nama saya Alif bin Zabri. Ini untuk assignment 1.2. So the first thing first, we need to create a new repository. So I set the repository name as the Hydronia, and then I describe for the repository name, and then I said that there's a Python file in here. Okay, and then the next one is I need to make it as a public, which anyone on the internet can see this repository, and I add this file as a readme file, and I create the repository. Okay, and then as you can see here, there's the readme.md, and we can see everything here. So the next thing is I go to the setting, and then this one I need to create again, sorry. Okay, I go to setting and I add the collaborator, which is Faisal, one of my group mates, and then I copy the link, and I open the terminal as a Hydronia file, and then I use the git clone to cloning the Hydronia into this PC, and then I use the ls to execute, and then I change the directory to the Hydronia file, and then use the git status to make it on a branch to identify the status, which is right now is on the branch, on the main branch. And then I use the git pull to make sure it is up to date, and then git check out everything, and then I use the nano, and then printf Hydronia, and then I execute the Python file Hydronia, and it said that Hydronia, printf.hydronia. Okay, and then I use the git status, everything, and then I use the git commit to write the Hydronia, make sure the auditor identity is unknown, and then I add using the my email, and then also my username of the GitHub, and then to commit the Hydronia file. Okay, and then I take the token, I generate the token, and then I select all of this. Okay, I select all of this, and then I copy back into the terminal. That one I copy at the notepad, and then I do git remote, set the URL, and then paste the token that I obtained from the GitHub website. Okay, and then after that I use the git status again to ensure which branch I'm into right now, and then right now it's on the Hai Bulan branch. Okay, we already in Hai Bulan, so I leave a comment here, execute already in the GitHub, and then I write something to my collaborator, which is right now is Faisal. Okay, and then this file is to add the new Python code for Hydronia to test. Okay, and then everything here I add Faisal. Okay, wait. Okay, Faisal already accepted. Okay, now Faisal is as my reviewer, so he can comment anything, or he can I can assign anything to him. So the pull request is for him, and then I copy back. Okay, and then I use the git clone to make the clone for the code in the GitHub, and then okay, sorry, why? Okay, I make a file for Faisal, and I copy and paste again. I pull the Faisal's code. Okay, and then I git branch. Okay, right now we are in the main. Okay, git pull already up to date as what I did before, and then I take this one. I use the touch for the Hai Bulan 2 for Faisal's pull request, and then I also print the Hai Bulan 2. Hai Bulan 2 is for Faisal pull request. Okay, and then I access the token again. Okay, I get the token, I give the permission for everything, and then get remote setup. Okay, this is the token, and then I paste the URL token. Okay, paste the. Okay, supposedly it's not Imran, but it's okay. I try first. Oh, okay, unknown. Okay, so I think use Faisal Hazry. Okay, and then get remote set URL again to Faisal Hazry. Oh, sorry, not here, not here, not here. Okay, commit, and this is the response for Faisal. Still unknown. Okay, let me try again. Oh, still not unknown. I think there's something. Okay, put password. Try to get push origin. Oh, okay. Now I know. Okay, I think there's something here. Okay, get remote set URL origin. Okay, Faisal. Oh no. Git push. Not found still. Faisal Hazry. Okay, we try. Alright, we've done. So I already generate to Faisal pull request. Okay, we can see here. Alright. Okay, so as we can see,
To walk you through how to build a simple Flash server by using Ubuntu and using Python. Let's get started. First, we are going to open a Ubuntu application. Open Ubuntu application, and we are going to enter an environment. It's always a good practice to enter an environment because sometimes we want to do version control better. Sometimes our different project may need different version of some module or interpreter or something else. Let's get started. To enter the environment, actually you write conda. I'm in an environment, so I will deactivate the environment first. I will write conda deactivate. It goes outside. And then if I want to enter an environment, I write conda activate the name. So now let's start to write a code. You can access Nano Editor here and simple Flash Python. I have a pre-written code here and I will explain this right now. From Flash, Flash is a package for Flash. Flash is used to store a lot of functions that for you to write Flash applications. From Flash, import Flash function and JSONify. And then we build a app server instance by using Flash function. Inside the bracket here, we write dash dash under dash name underscore. In the name, this means this is the top level entity. This also means this is the main file. We can have a lot of files and we use one main file to include all of that so that we do not need to write all the files inside, all the codes inside one file. If you have that, then this name indicates that this server is at the main file. Instead, you can also write the file name if the server is not at the main file. Then we do routing. Routing, we associate the function with a specific uh, command. Inside the HTTP link, if you write /user, then this specific function defined will be executed. That means if you write localhost /user, then it will execute this function index. Index is the function definition name. And then this function will return JSON code text I love Python. This line means if the name equal to main, that means if this file is inside the top level entity, is inside the main file, then run this file in debug mode. Let's start to execute the file. We exit. So first, we need to download Python. Sudo apt-get update. This is for you to update. This is for you to let Ubuntu update all the packages it has from the repository. And then you do sudo apt-get Python 3. Apt install Python 3. And then you use Python to install Flask. First, we check the Python version first. Python 3 version. Python 3.10.9. To enter Python, you write Python, then you get a Python editor. To exit, you simply click Ctrl+Z. Now we install the Flask. Python module, you write Python module, and then after that you can pipe it with the Python code. pip install Flask. Already installed. Shows that Flask in Anaconda library Python 3.10 set package. So Python is already installed Flask. And then let's start. Let's start to execute the Python file. Python 3 Python simple flask.python. Yeah, we get a server. So we'll follow this link and then we go to browser, set up, enter, and we'll see not found because just now we don't define empty server. We just route /user. So inside empty server, there is nothing we define. We need to write /user, and we have something. Test I love Python. That's all from me. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the walkthrough.